Tina, Warthog Princess, and welcome back for some more Pandora. Last video we did the foundation of kind of the beginning of the story, and from here we're going to go forward and also backwards. I'll tell you the bracelet story. Okay, so if you missed that, what I did was I initially bought a bracelet for myself for retirement, and that's where the crazy began. And if you're wondering why I keep taking these things out of these bags, that's how you store them sealed in plastic to keep them from getting tarnished, at least as quickly or as badly. And it does help, but they do get tarnished. They tarnish actually pretty quick, especially if you're wearing them and using them. So you can buy these little Pandora. You can see I was cleaning jewelry today. It started out white. And then as you clean things, all you do is super easy. Like, for example, we're up close and personal so you can see things better, but there's this volleyball. It hasn't been, cleaned or done anything with for a while. So you can do it a couple different ways, but really, do it like that, or you can put it on the table and rub it on that way. And I'm rubbing right here in this spot, and you can see where I was just doing that. And then you can see on the ball how much shinier it is now on the part that I just cleaned. So that's good. The other thing about Pandora is you can take it back into the store, to any Pandora store, and they will clean them for you. I obviously haven't been to one in a while because these are pretty dirty. But I do need to do that after all this Corona lockdown stuff clears up. But for now, here we go. So this bracelet that I grabbed is not the first one. So let me back it up. These two were the first ones. This one and then this one, and this is like my story, if you will. They say Pandora, that's the whole cool thing about it, is everyone tells the story. So every one of these charms has a proper Pandora name. So when we go through this, I will tell you what I call them. I will find the catalog and we can go through them. I will put those actual names down below eventually. But for today, there we go. All right, so there's this one, and then the spillover bracelet, which is also almost full. They're still about 2/3 of the way. And then I decided, okay, so these are the world travels, the adventures, the key memories, and there. And then I decided, well, I need one for pastimes, hobbies, activities, things I really enjoy. So there's that one. Then I decided I need one for my doggies. So there's all the dog charms, yeah. And then I needed a Disney one. So this is Disney. There's some other not Disney ones on here, but you can see Mickey and Minnie and the castle, and there's a Tigger. Anyway, Disney. And then I had to have, I had a nice black and white one because you're always wearing black and white. It has a little bling, so I had that. So the themes all started to come out as I acquired charms. And then I had to have one with my name, so there you go, Zena, or whichever way you're reading this, Zena. Yeah, so that's all Pandora. All right, then let's talk about the story, if you will. I shouldn't really do this until I have all the proper names, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm here and we're doing this. So let's just go around the bracelet. And these are not necessarily in any particular order. They're just like sort of try to put them long, short, so that they staggered themselves out. The first one is the Eiffel Tower. So obviously that's Paris. I used to live in Germany and I lived about 4 hours from there. So I've been to the top of that many times. The next one is a panda bear, which for me is China. Interesting topic right now, but I did go on a trip to China when I lived in Korea. Then we have Rome, the Colosseum. We have sunshine with a happy face, because that's the way I see myself. I am a sunny, happy person, and when I'm not, because I'm still human, then it's just a reminder to, put that face back on and get back out there. I am part Irish. I'm part of a lot of things. Mine's 57 variety, but also good luck, So I got my four-leaf clover. This clock is a personal story that I was going through something, and I was still in the Air Force, and someone told me to wind the clock. Wind the clock, Zena, it'll pass, whatever, no, don't stress about it. But I was really stressed about it, and nobody would listen. And I bought a clock just like this, old style alarm clocks, and I wound that sucker until it broke, and it didn't take much, it broke. I'm like, yeah. So then for the rest of my career, I sat that thing on my desk to remind me to give people the time of day, to be a good leader, be a good person. And so there you go. That's my personal story. All right. Sailing. There's a little sailboat, has some bling on it. I went sailing twice on the French Riviera over the summer when I lived in Germany. That was awesome. This is the first Murano glass bead that I got. It's multicolored, so it's, you know, just a little bit of the feminine side of me, if you will, but it's multicolored, and I'm a multifaceted person. So to me, that was sort of my personal charm to color up the bracelet. Then, of course, you have the double-decker bus from England, London specifically. And then this one actually has a totally different name, but I call this a dream catcher. So my parents are both deceased, but my mom's side, way, way, way back, we have a teeny, teeny, teeny bit of Indian, but she always had dream catchers. And so that's sort of my mom memorial piece. Then we have Big Ben, again, London. Then I'm born and raised in Northern California, so I have a San Francisco cable car. It has bling on the top. And you can see, there we go. The next one is a Bavarian pretzel. Yeah, I lived in Germany, went to Oktoberfest, so to me, that's what that was about. And right next to it is Edelweiss, so out in the Alps. Beautiful flower that grows high up in the mountains. And it's a nice little blingy piece for this one. Now comes the unicorn. The unicorn is the basis for this entire Pandora problem, because growing up, we were poor, but I always wanted a charm bracelet. Never got one. That was why I finally bought myself one when I retired. But I also loved unicorns, and they're magical and mystical, and they can make anything happen. And anyways, so that was sort of the foundational piece, and that's why it sits right in the center. Come on, stop licking my elbow. Come on. Okay. Did you get your piece? Get your lickies in? No. Get off. Thank you. Sorry. She just really wants to be in the center of attention. All right, I have spent some quality time in Southwest Asia, so I have a camel to sort of commemorate those adventures. Then I was a pilot, so I always, had wings, of course, but you always hope that there's a guardian angel watching over you. Whether you're religious or not, whether you're a flyer or not, it was just something that meant something to me. I used to carry little trinkets around with me, but... Then you have Italy. So we have vino. We got some grapes and some wine. I think the wine bottle's upside down, but there's the glass. Then you have East Germany, Berlin. You have the Brandenburg Gate. You have a globe. Why? Well, a globe. I was a world traveler. I love to travel even now. And I spent my pretty much my entire adult life traveling with the services to be stationed all over the world in different places. So to me, it's sort of a protector of the globe, but certainly a world traveler. So that's my perspective. Never forget that there's bigger than you out there. And then we have the Statue of Liberty from New York, of course, and a hot air balloon. This commemorates one of my besties in college who surprised me on my graduation week with a hot air balloon in Colorado Springs, and it was so memorable and so amazing. So that's what that's about. And if you've seen my videos, you know I like to cruise. So of course I have this adorable little cruise ship on there. So yeah. And then the next one is a tulip, which is for the Netherlands, the Keukenhof, the tulips out there. If you have never been and you like tulips, you should go, because it is amazing. Tulips as far as you can see, the most amazing vivid colors, beautiful, just awesome. The next one is actually a family tree, and you can't see it very well because it's kind of dirty and the lighting is weird, but they're all silver leaves except there's like a random gold leaf right here. So I don't know how well you can see it. I can't see it in the reflection, but anyways, my family, I am the black sheep, not in a bad way, but I'm different. So it's sort of my family, which is important to me, and just acknowledging that, yeah, I'm maybe a little different. And then horses. Love horses. Always wanted a horse. And I did equine therapy right before I retired, so I sort of got a horse to commemorate that whole adventure. And then the US, because greatest free nation on earth, and it's what I spent my whole life defending, and here I was retiring, so that had to be the final piece on this one. So that's the only one that's actually in order right after the horse, because those happened at the end. But so that's where the story started. I know that's very personal, whatever, but there you go. And then the adventure, of course, didn't end there, and some of this happened before that too. And these again are in no particular order, but you have one of my favorite places is Prague. So you have the St. Charles Bridge. You got this, it's actually a clip, but it's like a clamshell. So all my beachy adventures, that could be Florida, it could be Hawaii, it could be the Caribbean, the Bahamas, all the places I've been. So I kind of made sure I had a couple different ones to commemorate that. Then you have two little Asian dolls, and one of them is Korean. That's this one, which is upside down, but let me see if I can make it. It's backwards to you. So that's her backside. And then here is her front side. This is one of the enamel colored ones. So that's a little Korean girl. I spent 3 tours in Korea. And then back to the Netherlands again. There's a little windmill. These are all upside down. That's crazy. A little windmill, which is from the Dutch part of the Netherlands, in the southern part. Then you have this crown. Well, why? Because I'm the warrior princess, so I'm royalty. Also, there was a tie-in, but we'll get back to it because there's another charm that commemorates that occasion. Then there's a car. I spent a lot of time on the road, seeing the world, seeing the country. So just a road trip, special memories with special friends and family, and the things that used to do. Mexico, got a sombrero. And pineapple, that's Hawaii, of course. And then we have Japan. We have another little enamel. This one's in a kimono. And she's red instead of pink with her little fan. I don't know if you can see that very well. Her little fan. And then I got my second Murano glass bead. And this one's just a generic Mickey head for Disney. But it's more than the simplicity that it depicts. I actually loved Disneyland growing up. I have recently gone to Disney World multiple times, in fact, and going there again in the fall, assuming all this clears up. But I also went to Disneyland Paris and Disneyland Tokyo, so this kind of is one of those tying pieces that ties the whole global adventure together, and still close to home because I'm a Disney fanatic. And then you have this adorable little scooter, which to me is Sicily. I know they have them all over, especially in Italy and Europe in general, but the little Vespa scooters that we rented in Sicily were a fun adventure. We have Brazil. Spent some time down there. Oh, the dogs are playing now. And then Turkey, so we got the Turkish Eye. And this little waltzing couple, ballroom dancers. This is from New Year's. My first New Year's in Germany, we went to Vienna, Austria at the Imperial Palace and went to the ball, the Royal Ball. It was amazing and a hell of a way to ring in the new year in Europe, so that was awesome. And we watched the Prince and Princess actually dance. Then we have Spain. I just most recently went there, but I've been there before. And then we have a penguin. Now that could be a couple different places. For me right now, it's Alaska, and I know they're not actually, they're all over, but that's what it was to me. But it's also Hawaii, because you might laugh, but that's where I saw them at the hotel there. I think it was the Hilton, next to the Halikoa. And then we have a reindeer. Well, yeah, I like wildlife, and that ties to my family's heritage in Wyoming, my mom's side, but I got this one because I freaking hit a deer in Germany in my little Z3 2-seat convertible. Thank God I wasn't going very fast, but little Bambi right over the top did not make it. So thankfully not much damage and no one was hurt except Bambi. Sad Bambi. And then music. I love music. There's a lot of tie-ins throughout my life for music. Most recent tie-in was my birthday a couple years ago. In December, we went up to Vegas and went and saw George Strait concert. And this one is actually specific from a cruise I went on with some friends down to the Caribbean. So not a specific place. On the side it says, live in the sand. I think that's what it says. But anyway, it's got some colors and sunglasses and a tropical drink and a pineapple. So that could be any one of places. And then gondola for Venice. And that's it for this one. So you have now seen all of the world travels. I won't bore you right now with the other bracelets. We will get into those individually on separate videos. So I hope that was insightful or helpful or whatever. Again, I will try and find the catalogs so that I can give you the proper names for these in case you want to find them. But if you're familiar with Pandora, you know that a lot of the charms actually will retire in cycles. And I don't know what calculations they use to decide, but they do retire. So some of these you will not be able to find. Some of them I had a difficult time finding as well. So anyway, I have turned the Pandora switch off because I cannot afford to keep buying more charms. I can't even wear all the ones I have. So that's it for this one. Take care. Bye for now.